Hello, today I'll be talking about my online identity compared to my offline identity, and which one is closer to the true me. First, let's talk about my offline identity. Even though I would consider myself relatively introverted, I can still be extroverted at times, participate in discussions, and talk quite a lot when I'm interested in something. However, I do prefer being by myself, reading books, and other solitary pursuits. My offline identity is interested in cricket, chess, debating, and politics, among other things. Now, let's move on to my online identity. I actually have a number of different identities online. Firstly, my completely anonymous identity for gaming and Reddit. Secondly, my Twitter account and website, which are called PDHs, but don't share personal information outside from that I live in Sydney and that I'm a high school student. And finally, my private Snapchat and Instagram accounts, which are directly tied to my offline identity. My gaming and Reddit identity, which is called RetconTTV, is interested in Battlefield, the main game I play, as well as chess, stocks, custom PC building, and numerous other things listed on screen. In terms of digital footprint, the only real personally identifiable information on my Reddit account is that I might live in Sydney. My second identity is my primary Twitter account, as well as my website, pth.net. While my website doesn't have a lot on it at the moment, when I get older, it is where I plan to host my resume, among other things. Since I don't use these platforms much, the only identifiable information is that I'm a high school student that lives somewhere in Sydney. There is one photo of me with Kevin Rudd near Chatswood Station, which, although being personally identifiable, doesn't give away my address or anything too damaging. My third identity, with accounts on Instagram and Snapchat, is closest to my offline self. These accounts are private, and I only approve my friends to see posts. I haven't actually posted anything on Instagram, however I do message people I know in real life occasionally. I also use Snapchat to communicate with my offline friends, however I do not use any other feature of Snapchat apart from messaging and sending photos. I used the scaffold provided in the assessment notification to effectively research what information I have on social media and what kind of content I post on different platforms. Now, onto similarities and differences. I'm going to compare my gaming and Reddit identity, which is the one I use most, with my offline identity. Both of these identities like things such as gaming, chess, and politics. However, my online personality is very much into building custom computers, whereas my offline personality doesn't really talk about that stuff. Even though I'm subscribed to a small number of cricket communities on Reddit, cricket is a much larger part of my offline identity. There are also a number of video game communities that my online identity takes part in, however my offline self doesn't really mention them. Overall, my offline and online identities are relatively similar and share the majority of interests. After looking through all my online accounts, I found two changes that I will make to keep myself more safe online. The first is to remove a lot of my Discord account connections. I don't use Discord much, which is why I didn't include it in the analysis. However, I discovered that my Discord profile has links both to my Twitter account and Reddit account, meaning two of my separate identities are linked. By removing the Twitter account, I anonymize my Discord and Reddit presence further and stop potential bad actors from finding more information about me. The second change I will make is to blur my face in the image of me posted on my Twitter account. This means that people might want to do harm won't be as able to recognize me. This research into my understanding of online and offline identities has shown me how I have multiple identities and how they differ from each other, as well as the differences between online and offline identities. Thank you.